Several years ago, I had an automobile accident and destroyed my right hip and have it rebuilt with a surgeon in New Orleans. And it worked wonderfully for 30 plus years. 8 or so months ago, I started getting pain in it, and I wanted to find out what the problem was. As the pain developed more and more and more, I started researching. I spent a lot of the first months trying to avoid hip replacement surgery because I heard a lot of negatives about it. There were problems that I heard things on TV, and I had some friends that were not pleased with their results. And so I was really trying to figure out a way to get the problem solved without hip replacement. I met with an orthopedic surgeon in College Station, Texas, and he told me that I needed a hip replacement. But he said, "You're overweight, you need to lose weight." And I was. And he said, "You need to lose 50 pounds or I won't touch you." Well, I did proceed to lose weight. I lost about 65 before I met Dr. Elbaz. I met him and felt much more comfortable with him than the other doctors that I met. And I did talk to 3 or 4 that were referred to me by different people. Well, I found Dr. Elbaz on the internet. On his website. I found his company, Advanced Orthopedics. I didn't know Dr. Elbaz per se, and I started studying their website, and I found out a little bit about a procedure called the Anterior method, which is where they go into the surgery from the front as opposed to the side or the rear like some other places. This method goes through the front and pulls muscles back rather than cutting the muscles. Well, when you pull a muscle back, stretch a muscle back, you're probably going to bruise it some, but it seemed to me just looking at the website that a bruised muscle would heal a heck of a lot faster than a muscle that you cut surgically. And so that got my interest up, and it made me contact Advanced Orthopedics in the first place. Dr. Elbaz was the one that they told me I needed to talk to for my particular problem. I guess it's been 8 weeks since I had since the surgery was done. The results, people have asked me that I couldn't be happier. It's exactly the opposite of what I feared might happen. I was afraid that there may be a little bit of a problem, like some of my friends had. None. I had literally zero pain in the hip joint itself. Of course, the muscle, the thigh muscle, where they had to pull it back and go in and enter, was sore for probably 30 or 45 days thereafter. But it has been just wonderful. Dr. Elbaz told me to do some things and to don't do some things, and I've paid strict attention to that. But I couldn't have been more pleased with the results. I probably walked 100 yards down the corridor of the hospital the very next morning, and began physical therapy that particular morning. Just to walk and to get around, it's wonderful. It's pain-free. It's the greatest feeling that you could imagine. If I ever had to have it done again, I'd come right back to the same place, same doctor, same method. The Anterior method is the greatest thing since sliced bread, in my opinion. I had to get comfortable with the doctor, and Dr. Elbaz is the reason that I chose North Cypress and him and so forth. I want to know why things have to be the way they are. Why do the Anterior method? Why do some people have problems with their hip replacements? He sat down and he explained in layman's terms the answers to all those questions that I had, and I had plenty. And in doing that, he and I got to be on the same page as far as what we were thinking. I guess he educated me, and I've been called hard-headed from time to time, so a pretty good job that he had to do to educate me. But he did it, and he made me comfortable before he ever took me to the operating room. He exceeded my expectations. I'm sitting here in front of a camera talking about him, and I have nothing bad to say about Dr. Elbaz or the North Cypress Medical Center or Advanced Orthopedics at all. They're just great, and especially the anterior method. I mean, I had never heard of that until I came here, or until I explored it on the internet, and it made sense, and it's as great as I thought it would be. It's been a great experience if you have to go through it. I wouldn't recommend hip replacement surgery to anybody that doesn't need it, but if you have to have it, this is the place, the surgeon, and the method to use. I couldn't be more pleased with everything that I've experienced here. I got comfortable with Dr. Elbaz. I got comfortable with advanced orthopedics. And I think that anybody that doesn't have any other doctor picked out would do well to do the same thing. These people know what they're doing, and they care about their patients.